Good day and welcome to Three Dudes and a Lady. Join us for a little inspiration, a little motivation, and perhaps a way to cope with your day. I am Mike from Virginia, and my gratitude this morning is it's going to be 90 degrees here today.
I'll second that. My name is Earl, Earl Root from the beautiful state of North Carolina. And my gratitude for this morning is counting the blessings I received over the weekend from people and things that really are important to me in my life.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Jay Anderson from the wonderful state of West Virginia. My gratitude today is pretty simple. I'm a lucky man. My gratitude is my wife.
Hey guys, I am Christine Wright, hailing out of the great state of Florida. My gratitude for the day is rain. We got a lot of it yesterday, so it's beautiful outside today now. So grateful for that. Today Jay Shetty talked about do big, talk small. He brought up on December 12th of 2012. It marked the end of a cycle on the Mayan calendar, and people thought that was going to be the end of the world, right? He also talked about that there's been in the past where life as we knew it would come to an end. And in fact, they were wrong, right? Groups in the past have announced the end of the world or alien invasions or whatever, but it's wrong, of course. Or maybe on an interview or first date, and you were convinced that it went really well, right? You nailed it, or you guys hit it off, and you start planning, but then everything starts falling through, right? Um, instead of talking big and it turns out small, when we anticipate something great is going to happen, we want to share it, right? We want to share it, tell everybody about it, um, as it already happened, right? But no outcome is guaranteed. If you put it out there and it doesn't happen, you're putting way too much pressure on yourself. Apply your energy to what might be materializing, but also maybe keep it contained a little bit, right? What he was saying is basically let your work and accomplishments speak for themselves. Let your results do the talking instead of you. I'm a big fan of this. People don't necessarily know what's going on in my world until it shows up, right? And all of a sudden they're like, I didn't even know you were doing that. Yeah, that's just the way we operate. We always have. We're humble. We don't necessarily throw stuff out there all the time, right? And I think that's what Jay was getting at is not overdoing it, right? Overemphasizing it. Like this is going to be the greatest thing ever. Like, and then it turns out not to be, right? Because then we just put way too much pressure on ourselves. And then it almost ends up being like we hate that thing now because we didn't turn out. It didn't come to fruition, right? What do you guys think?
Kind of like hiring people.
Oh, yes, definitely like hiring people. You mean like recruiting in this business, in the insurance business, or just
Yeah.
hire?
Yeah.
It could
How many
be,
times? Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
How many times have AOs get so hyped up on bringing somebody on board because they think that they're the biggest thing in the world, and then 90 days later they disappear because they were drawn to something that they thought what it was, if that makes any sense. So you'd be amazed, in businesses, just when you thought you met the person that's going to be a big influence in your company or your business, and all of a sudden, we'll just say 6 months down the road, all of a sudden, it's like a flat tire. It's like, what? This can't be happening. You just never know. You cannot put all your emphasis in one basket like that. And it's okay to dream big, but it's another thing. Be careful how you put it in the world because you don't know what the outcome's going to be.
So true. And we're not in charge of the outcome, right? We're only in charge of the work that we put in or the energy that we put into it, right? That's the
Mhm.
only thing we have any kind of control over.
What curiosity, help me out because I'm confused on something. Let's go back to this 12/21 of 2012. When was Y2K? When was that?
2000,
2000.
from
Okay.
99 to 2000. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't
Because I
remember
thought
the
we had a
2012 thing.
scare through Y2K as well, if I
Yeah. Yes,
remember.
we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody waited to see the lights put out in Australia, right?
Right. Yeah, because they hit first.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh man, they have lights. Whoo, let's go.
And we were all safe and sound, right?
Yeah, yeah. Um, the phrase that came to my mind listening to this was proof is in the pudding,
Mhm.
meaning that it has already happened and the proof is there one way or the other. I suspect, if I'm just a guessing common sense man, that we all have been on both sides of this fence with this topic. Do big, talk small. We've been on both sides. Uh, I know that the learning lesson is when you blurt things out ahead of time and then they don't mature, you realize I do need to back up and start letting my actions speak for themselves. And it's a friendly reminder. But I think human nature sometimes gets the best of us. The curiosity kills the cat phrase comes into play here, because sometimes you're like, man, you're not going to believe what I'm doing right now. I know this is going to be it's going to be not a one-hit wonder. I promise you, it's not going to be a one-hit wonder, type of style or statement that you make.
And then you
But
put too much pressure on yourself from that.
well, you do.
Yeah,
You
because
do.
now you got to really perform. And if it doesn't work, then what?
Well, you're going to hibernate just for a little bit until your ego flares out somewhat, and then
Right.
you slowly, migrate back into good graces with everyone. So it's you do an amazing job with this, Christine. You are uh, I'm not going to use the word guarded, because I don't think that that's the word, but you're very cautious on who you let in to know you.
For
Okay.
sure.
And not a bad thing. And there's no right or wrong on this. Okay. But
Mhm.
that, you're correct in saying, I do practice this, and you do. I mean, you really do. Others on this panel might be not quite as guarded. Then there's one that is just as transparent and can struggle with this title a little.
Uh,
I'm not going to point any fingers. But anyways, go ahead, Earl.
I was going to say, I think the word borders would strongly resonate with Christine. She knows how to put up her borders to, let certain people into her life, whether it be business or personal, whatever it is that she has. But she puts up her borders to guard herself. Mike, you got something?
First, first of all, don't mean to pick on you, Earl, but I was sure you're going to say guardrails, not borders.
Yes,
I
I thought
know.
you
I'm,
said
I'm
guardrails
changing
too.
up things a little bit. I'm changing up things a little bit.
I thought for sure guardrails was coming.
No, I changed it. Borders.
I'm actually reminded of two acronyms that I think were meant to be humorous, but ADNA, ATNA, all talk, no action, and AFBO, AFBO, never failed business opportunity.
What was the second one?
A never failed business opportunity.
Oh,
And how many times have we heard people like, "Oh, I'm just gonna burn this thing. You just wait till I get my license. You just wait, right?" We hear it
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
frequently in this business.
I've
Yeah.
always been a big believer in start slow and work big. Don't try to overthink big things before they even started. It's always best to take those baby steps to build yourself what it is that you want. And if it grows big, so be it. I mean, you've been blessed. But the thing is, don't overthink of what you're doing, because you just don't know what the end result is going to be. And be careful how you approach it, because in our world, there's a naughty word called chargeback, and that can hurt you along the way too.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
don't put your eggs or do your anticipation in one deal, one person. So because they may disappoint you, but you might have something over on the side that's going to come through for you.
Yeah, for sure. And not and unfortunately, like especially in this business, when we hire people, we don't necessarily know what their goals are. We don't know what they're coming from. We don't know what they are trying to reach for. We don't even know what their work ethic is, right? We don't know any of that until they show up and they actually start doing, right? That's why they say don't name your puppy, because you can't really name that person yet, right? They're not they may be your next AO, but they may not be the next AO, right? They may not even do anything.
Well, they may not want to be an AO.
No, exactly. They may not want to be. Maybe they just want to
Yeah.
come in here and make extra money every month and not worry about building a business and all this other stuff, right?
So I suspect that like Christine, I think you're a very observant individual, and because of that, I think and Mike Jones, you're this way, 100% this way. You're very observant, and I think you would rather observe and listen and then make the decision later. So or to make an informed decision. Maybe that's a better way to say it. So the do big, small, or talk small is something that is in both of your all's wheelhouse. I think Earl and I are a little bit more free speakers now. Earl, I'm not saying that you're a blabbermouth. I'm worse than you. And it's not blabbermouthing, but I'm willing to talk immediately. Okay. So
Well, I don't look at myself as a blabbermouth. I just get what I speak my mind. What's on my in my
Yeah.
heart. That's all. I
you do.
get it out of my system.
And I
I used to be so inside myself. Now I've taught myself don't do that so much, because it's going to cause more hurt than harm.
strike blabbermouth and strike willing to speak easily. Okay. And fast. So it's again, you could take the four of us. This is what makes this platform so fun, is you take the four of us and you can see that this is a very clearly defined title with the four of us. It's easy to pick out the people who are not reserved, but observant. And it's not to say that Earl and I are not observant. We are observant, but maybe our process of thinking is in a different gear.
Oh, for sure. I think the
But
voices have a lot to play in it. Like if you're an introvert compared to an extrovert, a creative versus a pioneer, a guardian versus nurturer, connector, all of those. 100%.
bingo.
And I think that's what makes us either A, we're going to talk about it, or B, we're not going to talk about it, which is why I am more guarded, because I'm an introvert. Like I don't really care if somebody knows what I'm doing or doesn't know. That does not affect me and my ability to like go, right? Whereas some people, they want to get validation, or maybe they want people to know what they're doing to help give them validation. I don't know. And validation may not be the right word, but like they just want people to know what's going on in their world, right?
Right.
And that's more of an extrovert than an introvert, right?
I always thought I was an introvert, but
No.
Oh no, okay.
No way, no how.
Mike, did you have something?
I think there are two levels to this too. Let's see if I can articulate this properly. You have people who are going to brag about it, but never take the action. And you have people who really do think they're going to be good at something, and they try it and they fail. I'd a whole lot rather have a person who tried and failed than the person who says they're going to do it and don't do it.
Yeah. So that second person is probably heavy in affirmations and really, that's a tough thing.
And they're coachable. The person's not going to do it anyway. It's not coachable.
Correct.
That's one of the key things to say. Now, Christine, I want to reiterate something that you said a little earlier, or in that phrase. The people that we're bringing to this business. We sometimes people only want to make a few $100 a month. They don't want to be agency owner per se, but they're just looking for that part-time income. But you feel that they could do something with this business because either they do have a warm market or they just have an interest of what we do. If we take them step by step and just be very firm and honest with them and say, this is what it is, 1099, this is not W-2. I am not your boss. I am your friend. I am your mentor. I'm going to guide you through this. If you're willing to be coachable, listen, and follow the steps of the process and not afraid to fail. You got to be square and honest with these people. Don't promise them the world when the world's right in front of you. Where if you want the opportunity part time, and I don't care what the other AOs would say. I still believe that you should always start part time and just build yourself up a little bit. And if you feel you reach your comfort level just being part time along with the full time job that you're doing, maybe it could be a passion that you're doing. And that's perfectly okay because not everybody's meant for this business full time. All right. So we have to recognize that when we talk to people and just take it step by step. Don't promise them the world. Don't promise them, daisies and rainbows. Just be real with them and ask them, what is it that you want? Just be real with them and listen to and just shut up and listen. So
Be realistic about the numbers and the money, right? Because a lot of times the money is this pie in the sky number that maybe the top 2% are doing, right? But not
and Christine, the money in my eyes, the money is the light at the end of the tunnel when you reach those steps to get where you want to be. I said, listen, I'm not going to promise you the stars here. I say you have the potential of making this much money if you put the work in it. Ask them what it is that you want. It's plain and simple. Don't make it harder and don't overthink it.
For sure.
Well, there's a catch-22 to everything that we say. And
yeah, of course there is, Jay, because you found it.
The biggest thing is, from what I could see when recruiting, a lot of times when we recruit, let's say from like Craigslist or whatever, wherever we might buy our recruitment leads or whatever, most of the time those people are either already out of the job that they're in and they're hunting for something, so pay is of essence. And when they see something that can be phrased as quite simply a way to make good money, they're going to find out what the ease of making that good money could be. So now you got someone on the hook. Now, having said that, Earl, I don't know that I agree or disagree when you say everybody should start out part-time. I'm probably going to disagree. And the only reason I say that, yes, there are people that probably should start out part-time. Then there are people that's just not going to work for them. And sometimes going head first is a direction for them, and they need that. They need that type of commitment. So it's a give and take in everything that we do, and it's no different really than the do big, talk small statement.
Right.
It's a give and take in everything that we speak on. I think that the interesting part of this is I do feel like when you let your work speak for yourself, what you gain out of that is respect of colleagues, the trust of other people. And when those things can take place, I think at that point you can see a difference. It's tough. They all, you hear the phrase, well, you got to lead by example. Okay. That's mostly true. It's not 100% true, but it is mostly true. There can be people that get into what we do as an example that They just want to manage and grow a team. And all they're hunting for is passive income, and that's the way they're looking for their income. So sometimes leading by example is in different ways. And it's kind of hard to recognize that sometimes. And it just depends. But I do know this. I do like do big, talk small, because it does allow an ego to stay in check, possibly, if that's a good way to say it. I'm not sure that it is, but I think so. And if you can keep that ego in check, then sometimes that allows the best growth opportunity for you. And that's a tough thing, but this is a wonderful topic. Again,
It,
it's a service level statement, but man, that rabbit hole's so deep you can just go, it can fork left and right all over the place.
Jay, you're right. This is a wonderful topic, and I just want to backtrack a little bit. I mean, I respect the fact that you disagree with what I said earlier. I think what I meant to say is it's base person by person on
It
what they
is.
want.
Yeah,
Right. That
exactly. You're right.
some people definitely want a career change. They are 100% in about investing or what it is that they want. It's about the person. All right. It's just the people that I've been talking to just want to start out slow and gradually work big. And you have to respect that. You have to respect everyone else's situation. But on the flip, if you got somebody that just got laid up from a big corporation, they put in 30 years and all of a sudden, boom, the wall hits you in the face, and they're looking for a complete career change, total 180. Those are the type of people. Can you approach them full time? Yeah, you could. I mean, but I want to reiterate, it starts out with the conversation, what they want, what's expected, and if you two come to eye to eye agreement on what it is that they want. So, like I said, it varies case to case, person to person. So,
For sure. Oh, most definitely. And it all, and like what you were saying, Jay, about the ego, right? A lot of times when the ones that are people that don't, they might do big, right? But they don't talk small, right? They talk big too, right? And some of those times it may fall they may fall flat on their face, right? But they still continue to do it over and over and over again. It's just their mentality, right? The ego gets in the way and they want everybody to join them in their party, right? But then when it doesn't work out, then like you said, Jay, they go into hiding or hibernating, right? Because they're like, I don't want to be seen right now.
Do you blame them?
No,
Some do, some do, some don't. Hey, our political arena is full of this right now.
for sure. No
And,
doubt.
and listen, guys, I am making no reference on one particular side because here's the deal. It's all that way right now.
Yeah, all that way. It always had been.
Always has been, yes.
Well, I thought of this before you said brought politics into it, but you also have to be aware of the person that talks a big game, and then you find out later that they're either escorted out of the building because to make the numbers work, they had to play games. Talk a big game and play games, or
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, that's just the best way to answer it. Yes.
Hmm.
Hey, listen, folks, it's obvious to see that we're not licensed therapists, professional gurus of grooming people whatsoever. We don't want to be. This is a platform the four of us got and started thanks to Christine about little over 2.5 years ago, somewhere in that range. And we enjoy getting together every morning and listening to Jay Shetty on the app Calm. And we take the content that he provides us and we run with it. And we like to try to dissect it in our own way. We get four different ways. I think most in general, even though we're different in a lot of perspectives, we're in line on a lot of perspectives as well. And I don't think we talk about that enough sometimes because we always say, oh, we're just four totally different people. We are, but we're not. So I know that that's kind of a tough statement, but I'll throw that out there anyways. I hope you guys join us on a daily basis.
Yeah, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of this content. We surely hope you come back for more. And have a great day, everyone. See you soon.
Deuces.